Hello, ladies and gents. Welcome back to FaceitTV. It's going to be a really interesting match now because MIP are going to be facing off against Fnatic, and I've got Mr. Fnatic. Well, it's not Khan, but it's next to Khan. It's Mr. Fnatic.
Padawan Khan.
Padawan Khan. So
Yep.
teaching you all he knows.
Yep.
Awesome. So we have MIP Fnatic. It's going to be Inferno, which was, of course, the last map of ESL 1, and it was also between these two teams. So that was, I think, a 16-13 game. I think that was it.
Yeah.
So MIP, you know, they won that time. How's it going to go this time?
Unbiased opinion.
Yeah, unbiased opinion.
Fnatic.
Fnatic.
Biased opinion. Fnatic.
Well, we can see what the public opinion is here, where people are placing their skins, where they're placing their hard-earned dollars. It's looks like everyone agrees with you, pretty much, apart from 33% of the people who are putting some money on NIP. It's hard to ever bet against NIP, I find. I think that's a universal truth.
Yeah. I mean, they're always a strong team. They make comebacks even if they're down like 14 rounds. And but I think we got the two best teams in the world right now facing off. So it's obviously going to be an exciting match. It could go either way. I'm obviously hoping, and you know, I want to cheer for Fnatic.
I like how you're trying to be like impartial. It can go over either way, guys. Like, that's totally not what you think. I can read your mind. But to be honest, you know, the results do speak for themselves in some regards as well. And you know, people, they're not just betting just, you know, willy-nilly. Let's just all bet our money on Fnatic. The results, you know, like you know, tweet have actually been really sick. And I think maybe to some degree, people don't realize that quite how significant, you know, it is. The success recently of Fnatic. So it's been really cool to see them against NIP here. Yep. NIP have been looking, in FACEIT League, they've been looking pretty good so far. I know that overall that they've had some shaky results here or there, and you know, they actually lost to LDLC in a 2-0, quick 2-0 in a best 3 very recently. So it seems like NIP are definitely not you know, quite on top of things at the moment, at least in these online leagues. Do you think that's a big difference for NIP, online versus LAN?
Well, obviously, but I don't think you should take like the last game Fnatic versus Snip in too high over a guard. I think this match is it's different stakes, and I mean, they want to beat Fnatic now. They don't want to be humiliated like they were last time.
Okay.
Oh, in a way they were. I mean,
right.
The first 16-0 loss in their careers.
No more humiliations. All right, so NIP are playing not to be humiliated. You heard it here from Hawk.
Well, they won't win, obviously. Definitely.
So it's going to be a fantastic game, regardless of what happens. NIP and Fnatic, they're jumping into their knife round, and this is going to be, of course, a game of probably a lot of patience. I feel like from both of these teams. Like you said, you're going to be taking it so incredibly seriously. Something I noticed from NIP is that I always feel like NIP have some of the best passive play on Inferno that I've seen, especially on the CT side. Is there anything you want to say about that, or like how Fnatic tend to play on the CT side?
Well, I think Fnatic probably has the best aggressive side on CT in the world, so it's going to be an interesting clash for sure. And you know, last time NIP won on Inferno, so it's not going to be an easy task for either team. I think a lot of it's gonna depend on how well JW gets into the groove, because he can carry matches and just make them seem totally unfair at times. So I'm looking for that, and otherwise I'm kind of looking for NIP. Friberg puts up big numbers. They usually do very well. So if both teams get their entry fraggers on point, it's gonna be very close match.
Oh, this going to be good. This going to be good.
Yep.
NIP versus Fnatic, they're kicking things off. NIP are starting off on the CT side here on Inferno for the FACEIT League. And we are going to have ourselves a wonderful time, I'm sure, as we're going to see the pistol round come into play now. We see a bit of peeking here from NIP, just having a look, seeing where the players are, whether they're rushing up mid straight up or what's going on. And Fnatic actually looking like, oh wow, Forest going to actually execute KRiMZ right at the beginning of the round. And we do have now around slowing down a little bit as Fnatic don't want to really push their luck. And Forest still very aggressive on these very long range peaks with the USP. Definitely a good choice for that, the usage of that weapon. And a nice pick there from Olof in Apartments, and Apartments seems to be olofm's territory right now. He owns that place, and this might be how Fnatic decide to play off of it now. It's going to be something to do with A, using Olof's control of apartments.
Well, they have 3 smokes, and they should have 4 flashes, if I'm counting correctly. Forest, amazing push, gets information and drops down though, so there's only 1 guy left on the A side, and that is Xizt. And he drops down as well, so this is looking very, very good for Fnatic. They get the bomb plant, they know no one else is here at the moment, so they can take good positions. They even have smokes and flashes left, and that's very unusual on a T-pistol round. So this is looking very good.
Yeah, we do have Friberg and GetRight coming in together, or trying to from quad. They are smoked off, and they want to go for the very impromptu boost here. Love it. And actually, GetRight going to get taken out by JW. Friberg going to move in at the same time. That was a very smart play. I love that. But unfortunately, this time it's not quite going to work. But great, great thinking on your feet from NIP there.
Yeah, and JW seems to be on fire. Keep picking up a quad kill in the pistol round.
Yeah, he's definitely doing a good job so far, and hopefully it's a premonition of things to come. Definitely, I feel like sometimes, you know, JW has been outshined by some of his teammates recently, and I actually love how Flush has been developed under Fnatic lately, because I've seen a lot of very get-rightish stuff coming out from Flusha recently. So it's very cool how all the players are developing in this new lineup, and it's pretty exciting. I wonder what the future will look like as we go into new majors. NIP definitely in this match right now, they are going to be. Oh, it looks like JW actually had a PC crash, so we shouldn't be long back into the match. So NIP, how do you feel about NIP, generally speaking, when it comes to the overall Inferno game? Do you feel like there's any weak points that you guys talk about?
I think their CT side is obviously very, very solid. They can struggle on the T side, but we've seen Fnatic do that as well, especially on in Cologne, for example, against NIP. So there's some kind of interesting clashes where I think Fnatic has a really, really solid T side, and NIP has a solid CT side, where the clashes kind of goes there. And picking up the pistol round is obviously hugely important to get those weaker side rounds on the board instantly. So and it seems like during this talk, NIP actually decided to force buy during this pause.
Okay, so talk us through this decision a little bit. I mean, what are the pros and cons of this? What are they looking to achieve here? I mean, obviously, I guess a round win's always going to be desired, but how should it play out?
I mean, it's hard to say. They only have 1 smoke and 1 flash at the moment. They could pick up more, but I just feel like they should. They probably want GetRight holding B on his own with the Nova. Might have flash support from Friberg to push out if they make some noise at car, but otherwise it's basically just playing defensively and mass rotating, making a gamble in the call, or trying to get the information so you can make the right call as CT right now. So it depends on how it develops. I think it's going to be if NIP can go aggressive early on, get a pick, and get Fnatic in an unsecure like situation where they don't really have the men enough. So if NIP spots one, they can easily do a mass rotation. But with 5 men, it's easier to have a lurker and 4 guys kind of pushing a side together. So yeah, and we'll see if Fnatic does what they usually do, having 2 guys on pistols, 3 guys with weapons, and it seems like they're doing JW with that JW75 and Pronax with the P250. And I really like this. I think this was developed anti towards force buys, where the pistols, they received the flash where he heard the car. They supported GetRight with the Nova there. So it's correct on that at least. And now it's just trying to get information. This is where it gets pretty simple for Fnatic, because they can just push aside. They know that 2 guys will be now. They know free RA. So they're trying to wrap around and for it with a wonderful deagle shot.
And it looks like Olof with a quick double there with a P90 to even things out. And things are not looking good for NIP just yet. We do have ourselves a situation for NIP. Just over there, quickly dealt with. And looks like Fifflaren going to go down very easily as well. So only getting 1 kill out of that. So pretty much worst case scenario for NIP, I feel.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing they actually lost was Xizt 75 in armor. Not a huge loss. You can see their money, even though losing a player, they have solid money. And NIP on an eco again, they won't have full nades and all that, but...
Alright, so Fnatic with 2 rounds and NIP in quite a tumultuous position on the economy. Looks like we're going to see a quick play coming in here. JW just going straight up, and actually he is going to get taken out there. So very, very quick play up banana from JW. Not going to lose all that much though. And Fnatic just fanning out a little bit towards apartments and mid. You can see the bomb dropped towards the hay wagon there as KRiMZ, hops up into the balcony.
This is a situation where it could be dangerous. They don't have that lurker. They want 4 guys pushing the same side. And this is where NIP can make that call and just, okay, let's go everyone towards A. And but it seems like Fnatic want to kind of trick them and go for a B side afterwards.
They do have pronax here, kind of lone rangering it up, and there's a pretty strong defense. He's going to actually find the head of Xizt, gets the kill, and going to try to use this kill to cause more havoc, but he will finally get taken out. But he delayed them just long enough, he disrupted them, and that his teammates will be able to get onto that bomb site and get the smoke down in time. And they have plenty of time now to plant the bomb, so Fnatic looking very good here. But NIP, they can definitely work their way around for a retake, and that's exactly what they're going to be doing. The Olof going in heavy here with this P90. Going to be taking down a couple as we have Forest remaining now with that Deagle.
And that was a good call from pronax. He just wanted to check the information. He saw that it was 1 spawn. He got the kill. That was very, very important kill because NIP players stayed long enough for them to take the site for free, basically. And without armor, it's very impossible. It's not impossible, but it's very hard to make a retake. With the T's just shooting you in the body and you can't really aim anymore. A good smart play and good call from pronax. They had the opportunity, NIP, if they gotten pronax in that situation, it could have looked way, way different for NIP and could probably have picked up more weapons. But killing 2 people, even though they only had pistols, is good enough for that eco, I would say, for NIP.
We are going to have ourselves a slightly getting into this round as we have JW on the AWP and just trying to work mid, but I feel like NIP, they don't ever want to peek mid. They know, I think Fnatic will be working that AWP on JW at any given opportunity, so a challenge definitely not the smartest thing. We have a great team play set up here, Fifflaren on quad as usual, and Xizt as usual on CT arch long area. So Fnatic very much ready to make through apartments, but NIP just as ready to deal with it. And it's like, is this going to actually pop flash Fifflaren in as he peeks up? Going to quickly spot a couple players, and very, very slowly going to edge his way back towards the site now. And NIP, we see their line of defense falling back now as the desired effect from Fnatic's aggression has taken place. And now Fnatic, they've got so many options now that they've pushed NIP all the way back.
I think they just want flusha to make contact before they make the move, actually. It's pretty late in the round, so... And they spot flusha, and hopefully he can make something work here. Maybe force a rotation.
Looks like we do have the action going in as they make their aggression up mid now, and KRiMZ going to get himself a return frag on Fifflaren. They've lost a lot of players, but it's a 2-on-2 situation. Here comes GetRight from the pit, going to spray down KRiMZ, and the bomb drops. It falls onto the bomb site, and now flusha is alone against GetRight and Friberg, and that bomb is down and there's no time. It's going to be a round picked up by NIP, and Fnatic definitely should be able to buy still, definitely, yeah. And they have the AWP save, so well done to flusha.
Yep. Their money is looking super good. I'm not sure if they can get nades on all people, full nades at least. Might get 1 or 2 nades on each guy. So this might be just trying to get JW get a pick and try to execute a fast strat. Give JW some time, not waste too many nades since they're low on them, but still need to force NIP to use their nades pretty early on.
And I like this, you know, the boost up onto the above quad position, the little quad roof, and Fifflaren there. I don't think they've used this, you know, yet, apart from just the impromptu boost that we saw. And flusha there working Banana, as always he will, alone. And we have Fnatic ready to execute out into mid now to at least just push NIP back a level. NIP ready to receive this rush. Fifflaren goes down immediately. There comes Forest in to give a hand to that mid defense. He's going to take 2 quick frags. There's one more player coming out of Boiler, but Forest wants none of it. Going to just back all the way onto that site as the bomb is picked back up by olofm, who is going to be making his way in from quad here, trying to find himself an angle, but they do not have the site. But he at least has flusha ready to help him now as they move together. But this is going to be very tough against this defense of NIP, who are pretty much ideally ready to deal with an A push.
Yep, and I'm not sure if Fnatic actually knows that there's no one in pit. No, they don't seem to know that, so this is really, really good. Yeah, and Forest picks up the triple, and almost a quad. Xizt steals that away, but insane round from Forest. He just made the decision. He had early information in apartments. He spotted apartments and just instantly knew that he had time to actually rotate and help Fifflaren in the middle, and just picked up 2 great frags from there and actually shut the round down completely. So very, very good play from Forest.
Definitely. In some of these buy rounds, I've got to try to like spectate flusha as much as possible, just right at this beginning, because often we see him working Banana. And this is actually something that's really hard to do well. And if you can, I mean, lots of teams, they need 2 players to do it. But
yep,
if you're good enough, you can actually, we see at the very, very top level, teams able to just have 1 guy. And for Fnatic, it's always flusha. And so I think it's very interesting and educational to watch how he takes that process. But I imagine, you know, Fnatic have studied NIP quite a lot, so you guys kind of know how they play Banana. So that definitely must help. And him understanding how to do that. But still, it's very interesting how the Banana dynamic does work out with these top teams.
Yeah, I think every player, I mean, Friberg is that player for NIP. I mean, he's more of an entry fragger, so he goes for a lot more riskier player, but he's very, very good at those risky plays, whilst Fnatic utilizes their entry fragger more towards the middle and A. Where they want to set off their rotations from. So it's a bit different how they use their players, but I mean, it works for both teams. As NIP just was an eco, so I didn't expect Fnatic to put up that much resistance against NIP's pretty solid defense so far. They have good money control. Fnatic seems to be in quite a weak position at the moment. They still have those 3 rounds, which is hugely important, as they are, I mean, winning a CT pistol potentially could give another 3 rounds. So yeah, we kind of need Fnatic to pick up a few more rounds, I feel like. Sitting here cheering for them.
Yeah, certainly. I'm sure. I'm impartial.
Impartial.
He is impartial, I swear.
Unbiased.
All right. Okay. I have to carry the impartiality, whatever. I don't know. Words are hard, but we're going to see the execution coming in now onto the B-bomb site. You can see Friberg tossing in the counter grenades, as there goes that smoke for the site where they can just plant inside the smoke, but KRiMZ just, oh my god, annihilates Friberg where he stands. Get right now with a massive task to accomplish. He does work down 1 player, but looks like KRiMZ is going to finish him off as well, and now the bomb will go down. So wonderful execution here, wonderful individual performance from Fnatic onto this B-bomb site, as we do see 3 players left for NIP now. And oh my goodness, olofm through the smoke gets the spray down, the headshot on Fifflaren, and now this retake has to be looking fairly hopeless for NIP. And KRiMZ with another insane headshot. Xizt will finally end that killing spree, but so much damage done by KRiMZ this round, and they're almost lining up for him, but still they hunted the NIP players down, and looks like a very solid round for Fnatic.
It's actually quite worth it for Xizt. He killed 2 players extra, which forces Fnatic in a pretty bad economical state again. So losing this round could mean 2 rounds for NIP. So I think Xizt made the right decision to stay there and actually hunt for the frags. Yeah, I'm just holding my thumb. It doesn't happen for NIP. Unbiased.
It's okay. It's okay. We understand that you're wearing a Fnatic. There's like Fnatic logos plastered all over you. It's okay. And we can see flusha, you know, on the angle, just slowly working it. We often see that NIP, do the middle smoke on banana. That seems to be a favorite if they ever pressure. It's rare that I see them go further than that. It's very rare. But flusha's just doing the job that he needs to do, and we're going to see him, work his way up. Now he's got that control. He's forced out the smoke from NIP. Just making
pretty
some
late
noise.
Though, so I think NIP can delay them a lot this round. They even have Molotovs on the B side, so if they went for a B execution, this could be really, really good for NIP.
Fifflaren almost able to catch some damage there, playing the balcony instead of the quad area as they've fallen all the way back now. And it would be very interesting to see if NIP feel the same way. But oh, look at the flash coming in. Fifflaren to pick up a free frag. There is number 2 onto olofm, and all of a sudden, Fnatic, they feel pressured. They feel they have nowhere else to turn but this B play. We see them running up through the smoke. They're going to be soon into Friberg, the king of banana. Let's see what they're able to accomplish here through the flames. Oh, Friberg absolutely destroyed. And looks like Fnatic are into the bomb site. Not much time though. It looks like NIP are all over them. The bomb does go down, but there's no setup really possible. It is chaos right now on the site. pronax and flusha just bleeding out at this point in time. They're so low. And NIP are slowly just picking away at them. But there's flusha with a fantastic shot. And a second one. flusha with the double. Looking for the oh, no, he can't get it. I wanted it to happen just because it would have been so fantastic. But NIP, what a retake. Fnatic, they had no time to set up. It was just all NIP on the retake. And what a critical round for NIP.
Still a very, very good job from Fnatic. They were 3 members. Fifflaren took the 2 entry kills in apartments. And they were forced to push through a smoke and a Molotov. And they still get the bomb plant and 4 kills with 3 members standing still alive. I mean, it's pretty good. Making even NIP forced by an FAMAS to get nades, and not even everyone on NIP has kits. So they're actually keeping NIP's money quite low, and that's important. Unfortunately, they're forced on eco either way, even though they got the bomb plant. But so NIP will stack up a bit more money if no kills will come for Fnatic's side this time. So shouldn't be too worried if you're an NIP fan. And yeah.
Actually, let's have to see how this execution goes for this eco round. But I do have one more question actually, as you might have more insight into Fnatic than the average top level.
I hope so.
Commentator. Yeah, I should hope so. But we'll have to see how this B push goes here, because you never know what is going to actually happen when they are brandishing these Xizt and these P250s. Looks like Fifflaren to take a quick pick onto olofm over at Boiler. We're going to see the execution coming in right now, and Friberg going to pick up a kill there, second one, so it's not going so well. They do get the kill on him eventually, but let's get right with the FAMAS going to go down. It's all on flusha now to get that bomb down, so he will at least get it down.
Huge bomb plant.
And he is going to fall here. So very nice play to get that down indeed.
Yeah.
So what I wanted to ask you actually is, like I was saying before, again, so many times when you watch NIP, they do like to place the kind of middle smoke, like on banana here, and they kind of sit, back here. And that seems to be something that they're comfortable to do in many, many rounds. And I haven't noticed them do that once against Fnatic just yet. Is this because of something that's happened in Fnatic games against NIP, or is this something that it's just perhaps an NIP thing that's you can't really explain unless you're them?
I think they're playing a style where they don't want Fnatic to get duels and picks. They want to force Fnatic into making these actual strategies, which I think Fnatic is a better picking team, and with that picks, pronax can make amazing mid-round calls, and NIP is just playing it very, very smartly and not giving Fnatic any room to get those picks.
I like it. So the anti-picking kind of style. Yeah. I really like that. That's very cool. Fnatic now, they're going to go for this take of the apartments. They do get Fifflaren down. pronax going to also take down Forest. So now a big, big hole left for Xizt to field. He's only actually going to get 1 kill. So Fnatic now with their B players on the rotation to try to get the retake on A against 3 players. KRiMZ is really weak. pronax on roughly half health. So
it's pretty lucky from KRiMZ. Having 3 HP, if Xizt got that frag, then the bomb site wouldn't have been... the bomb probably wouldn't have been planted in such a fast way.
Game of inches is Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
And it looks like NIP are looking for those inches. Not able to find the kill on pronax. He's very weak now though, but Friberg quickly going to go down. So pronax left with 18 health and flusha with 8. So very, very tight round. Very tight round here. And NIP, as we can see, they are a bit too stretched for cash to actually buy right now. And Fnatic are also, like, again, you know,
such a close game.
It is really
close. Yeah. No one really has money control either way, and Xizt hunting down that chicken.
Like, he went out of his way to kill the chicken.
He's angry. But, I mean, that round could have gone either way. If Xizt picks up that frag, I mean, there were like 20 health left on the Fnatic players. Friberg almost making that clutch play. But I think it could have gone... I think Xizt picked up that frag. I think the rotation from NIP was really good, so I think they could have picked up that round. Friberg actually goes for the deagle in banana and picks up flusha.
I like that little pop flash in mid with the dual peek from Fifflaren and Forest as well. Oh, Friberg getting a nice deagle frag. He's going to get taken out, but 2 kills from Friberg this round. Very big stuff here from NIP.
I wonder if they're going to expect that Get Right is here.
Oh, he's given away his position now. So Get Right in a really, really bad spot here on the bomb site. They're going to be hunting him down. He's going to go towards the boxes at the back. Any boxes here. He try to find his way to another headshot. His teammates are coming in though, so if he can delay until his teammates are shooting him in the back, it's going to be wonderful. But the smoke is there, so Get Right has to come huge. He doesn't, and now we have the remaining 2 players of NIP moving their way in, Fifflaren and Xizt. Looks like Fifflaren's last one standing now. And overall though, a great effort from NIP. And Fifflaren actually might be able to get a shot on the pronax. Not going to go for it though, and get taken out. So 3 players dead, and that's a...
It's a very, very good eco from NIP. They get 3 players. They actually, Get Right did a very, very good job. He got spotted early, but actually delayed them enough that if he might have survived like 1 second more, the backstab from the guy who pushed in the pool area could have easily gotten a frag. But overall, he delayed them so long that you can't really expect him to delay them more. So really, really good job from Get Right. Even though he didn't really get a frag, he made opportunities for his teammates.
Great pick there from JW. Fifflaren on a pixel angle. And we can definitely see how Fnatic are adapting to the way NIP are playing, you know. And JW throwing away AWP options here, you know. Okay, they are strapped for cash a little bit.
I think that's mostly because of the picking style not working and how NIP are playing. They're not giving any room for JW to rule with his AWP. So it's just very smart from NIP, and that kind of forces JW to pick up that AK. And
losing Fifflaren so early does force Forest now to have to work double time to cover apartments and to also cover mid. I have a crossfire with Xizt. See Forest there going to get attacked. It's going to take down 2 players of Fnatic as they make their way up. Things are very tense here as Fnatic go for a quick double back. We do see them making their way all the way through to this B site. We do have Friberg there alone. Friberg, his teammates are so far away, they didn't even begin rotating. Friberg has to go with a couple of frags here at least. He's only going to get 1, and now it's a 2-on-2 situation. And we have Fnatic with the bomb down. And this is going to be an incredible hard retake here as
Xizt actually lagged out.
Oh, and I don't think we have any
players lag out.
I'm not sure actually, but looks like Get Right crashed. And that's why the pause is going to come in. But Xizt left, you know, just.
But he seems to be crashed as well.
Yeah, he's crashed. I can't even switch him, so he's crashed. All right, so very unfortunate time to crash. Very in such a tight game. We're going to have to wait for him to reconnect before we get things going once again. But we can take stock and really, you know, look at the pace of this game, because so many interesting things have happened. Like we talked originally about how you were saying, you know, if the NIP are reacting, they're not going to give those easy picking opportunities. They're just giving up banana, staying on the site, and then flusha can't find anything. They're not. There's nothing to chance there. They can't get picked unless it's like a situation where they can at least team play together and get a trade at the very least. So that's really cool. And then JW taking away, from the AWP, not able to play the picking game, picking up the AK, and we're seeing. I like how we're seeing both teams that know each other so well playing against each other. It's quite beautiful.
But I wanna like the game has been so close that either team could have pretty much. I mean, the last round, if Xizt didn't lag out, he could probably have helped Force clutch that round. I mean, the Fnatic players were really low this time as well. So I mean, every round is coming down to this small moments where it can go either way. And fortunately for Fnatic, they've won 2 of those moments in a row now. So
oh yeah.
It's been a good game for Fnatic. I'm happy.
Yeah, one of those moments being the Xizt situation, wasn't it? Just barely unable to find the frag in time. Just what was it, leaving? Or was it pronax or someone alive with like 6 health or something? Yeah, quite ridiculous. And we're not really seeing flusha come into play too much, and he's one of the strengths of Fnatic. Because early on in the round is often when he can find a lot of power.
I mean, even though he might not be as active frag-wise, or I mean, he keeps that that map control the whole round, even though he's not doing anything. The NIP players don't want to push him because he's really good defensively on that banana, and we get the map control, we cannot get backstab, and it seems like NIP isn't really making the choice to push out to get the information late round as well. So just having him as such a strong banana player just gives them the more room to actually focus on A. And it seems like NIP doesn't really want to rotate 4 guys to A either way, because they don't really know what's happening on the map, and Fnatic is obviously using that.
This is actually, I think, one of the coolest things for me about watching this match. It's because you have a NIP playing this style, and they're so passive. And if you look at some lesser teams, the passivity, the passive plays are usually because they don't have, let's say, the team play setups or kind of the skill to really make it work, to be proactive, to get information. This is like completely different. This is NIP deciding to be passive and to like have this they're not really rotating, they're rotating very last second, just because Fnatic is so good at holding the map control. And we have this situation where Fnatic is still NIP is still so strong defending either bomb site, even with less with less players. It's so cool to watch. I can't wait for this to get back in.
Their CT side hasn't been bad. It's been, so close. They could easily have 7-5 themselves. So, even though I think Fnatic is doing a great job, they get into these positions where they get these clutch moments where, as terrorists on an unfavored side, you want to be in. So, credit to them for doing that. But I still think that NIP is playing it the correct way, even though they're just barely losing out on it.
Wow, and Friberg finds a kill out of nowhere. And yeah, it does seem to be the case. I mean, NIP, I just can't fault them really, the way that they're playing right now. It's so close. A quick couple of frags here from Olof, just eliminating the ecoing players of NIP. They did get a couple kills so far. And we can take a quick check of the economy in a moment, as we see Get right now gets get murdered. So the bomb does go down there at the end. But 8 rounds for Fnatic right now and 5 for NIP. They're starting to fall behind. We can see the economy, it's
if you look at the scoreboard even, frag-wise, they're so even. Like, both teams basically have the same amount of frags. And that just shows how even this game is at the moment. So a bit lucky on the Fnatic side getting this many rounds already.
NIP have to win this. Look at this. If they're on eco, if they lose this, then it's like 9-5, and you got 1 round left, and it's
Seems like they're changing up their strategy at the moment, which I like. They haven't had any information, and which is basically made them have slow rotations and not really been able to focus on the rotations as heavily, which have been crucial in those low HP moments. If you get 1 or 2 shots extra before they actually take the site, then you can obviously win the round much easier. And now they're taking this early info banana pressure, and Friberg just plays that perfectly. But flusha even gets the kill. So, but now they have this early information. It's just, for me, it's weird that they only send 1 player on the rotation.
Yeah, they are very solid just to stick to their positions, and got Xizt coming around now. He's going to hit the bomb planted. Now we see the rotation. Now that they actually have confirmation for sure that it's happening. And olofm are actually going to pick off Fifflaren over at quad. So olofm is still in the mix as well on the other side of the map. And we see Get Right coming in very quickly. Just Get Right left now. And they are very weak, but this is something that Get Right just cannot do.
Yeah, too late. I'm really shocked about the decision to stay 2 people on A there. Because Friberg saw at least 3 people pushing B. And they should have
at least take a gamble.
Yeah,
at the very least.
It was kind of a gamble that they would go the other way, but I mean usually you only have 1 fast rotating player, which there only was Xizt, going on long from long. You usually don't have 2 at long in a 3 versus like 4 versus was it 5? 4 versus 4 situation? Yeah. 4 versus 5, I think, yeah.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Situation. So then you usually want like, either you want 2 at B, which they know they didn't have because he was so pushed banana, and only alone there. So they knew they were 3 at A once they picked up that frag, which made them really just secure to take that side. I mean, they could have tricked them with some kind of strategy, but it's very unlikely. It's almost every time better to assume that they're not in the site there.
Different with a quick kill there. Actually, a lot of damage done to JW there, and flusha a little bit weak as well. So the defense so far going well for NIP. We're seeing JW picking up this AWP in the last few rounds, and wow, I've never seen the man get a kill from that long of a range. I swear.
Did flusha actually have 100 HP?
I think no, surely not.
Didn't get any assist.
Surely not. Either way, pronax gonna take down Get Right there, but does the mag even work at that range? Like seriously, what is? I don't know, man. That's crazy. We'll have to check that out later on. The round is alive here for NIP. Got Xizt training his aim onto. I believe that is. You can see it's olofm who's got that mid control, and things are slowing down a little bit as pronax peeks into B.
It forces a rotation, which is really good, and JW knows it there, and yeah, perfect play from Fnatic and pronax, actually forcing that rotation so fast. A bit too aggressive. Ooh, and pronax, they don't have the time.
Yeah, no time. That's going to be a round for NIP, and a really important round, because honestly, we're in this situation where Fnatic started to take liberties. We saw JW picking up the AWP, which kind of goes against what we were saying, them playing against NIP's anti-picking style. It almost makes me think that they're expecting, okay, guys, we're doing really well right now. NIP maybe will feel like, okay, they need to mix it up, and perhaps using the AWP to abuse that. I'm not sure exactly what the thinking was behind that. That'd be the only logic I could throw forwards. I mean, do you think is there anything special about JW's AWP on Inferno that is worth discussing on the T side?
Well, obviously he's very aggressive, but as we saw in this game, he couldn't really be. It would be more to the idiotic point if he were to jump through spots.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah.
So he took it smartly, even decided not to play the AWP for a while there, which I think was the right decision, because they were kind of forced to make this set plays into the bomb sites kind of thing. So I think that was a good decision from their part and JW's part, but he mostly shines with his aggressive play on the CT side, which is where Ts don't really use grenades to block off the CTs.
Yeah, right.
It's usually the other way around, so that gives him more opportunities and more, yeah.
It is. Like, it was the thing I always wondered about Inferno, because when you're playing the AWP on the T side, we're jumping into the pistol round now, but it's really hard to get into angles. Like, it only feels good when the CTs are playing aggressive. But that's kind of like you're reacting to that, and as soon as they spot that you're AWPing, they're gonna like back off of those aggressions. So it always feels risky. But I've seen JW make it work many times. So we're gonna see now Fnatic playing 9-6 from this advantage on the CT side, and NIP need to find a way to climb back on this match. And
yeah, and it seems like Xizt has smoke and two flashes. I'm not sure exactly what he wants to do with it, but they want to take control of apartments at least and see what they do from there. Friberg passively holding banana, and not really sure what Fnatic has for a setup right now. It's a bit wonky.
It certainly is, and just does look like they want to actually fall back a little bit. Oh no, in fact, they're going to go forwards now as Friberg does get dropped by KRiMZ towards Banana. JW on the angle, they're going to take down one frag. Can he find anything else? Forest going to get himself across the angle, doubling back there. Does take the frag onto olofm, so get right in the pit. And now we have a great situation for NIP as Fnatic are losing bodies left and right. The bomb does go down, and KRiMZ left now to clutch this on 77 health here with the USP. And he's got a player on the right, on the left. Can KRiMZ find the magical timing here? The magical opportunities to get these shots that he needs to win this round. First opportunity missed, and that's going to be all NIP are going to give before taking him down. And NIP with a very critical pistol round, they're going to be feeling a lot of relief right now. That's going to get them, back into the game, into the swing of things. And now Fnatic have to eco.
Yeah, Forest once again with those plays on the pistol round. Last time it didn't really pan out. Fnatic won the pistol round, but NIP with those crucial entry frags there at long and just pushing Fnatic in a very, very awkward position where they had people in pit and people kind of stuck at vault. So good play from Forest, who opened that round up completely. Even though it came down to a 1-on-2 situation, was pretty sure that they had good setup and good plan for the bomb. It was pretty much impossible for KRiMZ to make anything happen.
So what would you say is the critical thing here for Fnatic to be watching out for when they have NIP, playing their T half, trying to find those openings, trying to punch holes in the defense of Fnatic? What should Fnatic look out for? What are NIP going to try?
I mean, it basically depends. I mean, you can't really do everything. It depends a lot if JW can get those entry kills and kind of eliminate their options a bit.
So are we going to see a JW as soon as he can pick up an AWP? Are we going to see that AWP straight away?
I think so, yeah.
And something else is, then the follow-up question would be, is he going to take those risks straight away? Those risky pushes through apartments and stuff like that we're used to seeing him do. It just almost feels like you're watching JW. When anyone pushes through apartments with an AWP, it's like, am I watching JW right now? It's almost like he has the trademark on those moves.
Yeah, but if you think about it, it's theoretically not like a good play when playing CT. But he wins them. He gets in awkward situations and he wins the duels anyway somehow. So why not let him loose and let him do that stuff?
Yeah,
it pays off in the end.
It's like it's like don't try this at home kind of play. It's like
I mean it's not the best place, but he takes these duels, weird awkward duels with the AWP and Xizt, where he just seems to be unstoppable.
It's one of those fantastical things when you watch the top level, because you do get players who are able to do stuff like this. It's like, well, you look at it and you're like, well, you shouldn't do this stuff. This is not firstly consistent play. It's a really low percentage play, and if the risk is too high, the reward is too low potentially. It's but when you get these
every
players,
team has these kind of players who
they kind of break that.
Yeah, break the theoretical field of Counter-Strike. For example, you got Dosia in Virtus.pro. It takes very weird angles while defensive, defensive angles, but it always pays off. It's very rarely they synergize or do well with another player, but he's just so good at picking off these kills that why not let him do it? Yeah, I mean, I can say this about a lot of stuff that I see Kenny S do sometimes. I'm like, this is great, but it's kind of too much. So you don't have to do this much, but he makes it work because he makes it work more times than he actually makes it bad for his team.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's really that's one of the reasons why this game is so cool at the top level. I mean, it's just stuff. These players just break the game basically. Yeah. They break the game. They make stuff seem overpowered. I mean,
not all
when it's
all
not.
Players can't really be that breaking theory. Obviously. You always have a team of 3 players who don't really break that code. KRiMZ, pronax, and flusha. Basically, I mean, flusha does some sick things, but he's more of a consistent player than making highlights and stuff. That it's more thought out, and where olofm can be a beast And JW can be that kind of beast as well, making those really, really insane plays, whilst the other guys are more consistent, and it makes a good balance of the team.
We did actually see the Galil get dropped to JW, actually. They had one Galil, they could pick anybody to drop to. They chose JW. And he's in the A bomb site right now, awaiting an NIP onslaught, as they have 3 members trying to kind of stack towards the B bomb site, and just pronax and JW with a kind of a crossfire situation with the pit and the A bomb site. But it looks like pronax is making the move there, and Fnatic just waiting for NIP to make their move.
Yeah, and they're really, really cautious now, Nip. They don't want to make any mistakes. They are not stressing the situation.
JW going to go down. The only rifle, of course, for Fnatic. And now pronax is there at the back with a lowly P2000. It's not going to do much damage, I'm afraid. I don't think, at least, as NIP do make their way slowly, very methodically, using the smokes to cover themselves up long. We do have flusha in the smoke there, going to make his way through. Going to find himself an Xizt, but will he get the frag? Looks like Xizt got really, really low there. Finally, he will go down by the hand of KRiMZ, and Friberg with a great spray down there to just get that double out of the way with. Now we have Olof just jumping in, and this round kind of blown up for Fnatic. But as one would expect, and I guess it's all about loss control here for NIP. They've only lost 1 player so far, and looks like that's all they'll lose. So
yep.
pretty nice result there for NIP.
Yeah, good eco from NIP. They lost 1 gun, but it wasn't really that bad. And now we see the full buy from Fnatic, and this is where the half gets interesting. NIP very solid money control now. They did good anti-ecos, so this is a very, very crucial round. NIP could force it up to 11 if they win this round. While Fnatic, they need to establish some money control.
Yeah, we see pretty standard setup here for Fnatic. They are playing kind of passive like NIP were to begin with, and at the moment it's all about NIP just trying to work out that map control. We can see, you know, Friberg doing the flusha thing. He actually has a hand here, got someone helping him out in Xizt, and now they have apartments. They've got banana, and this is the kind of map control that they can use to then find themselves a play. And it looks like we still have Fnatic holding strong on mid, JW on quad, and flusha towards long. And NIP slowly getting closer and closer right now, and this is something that Fnatic are going to be hearing. And soon they will run out of grenades, and they're going to have to fall back.
Yeah, and Fnatic are now... They have 1 guy taking early information in mid, but the other 2 are pretty defensively. Now, I think, yeah, JW is rotating back to site, as the A execution up mid is happening.
And flusha spamming through the smoke, not going to find much damage, if at all anything there, as we do see NIP just flooding into the bomb site right now. Fifflaren, first man, what will he find? Looks like he's going to go down there to flusha. Forest with a response, snapping the neck of flusha. We have Get Right with 1, Xizt as well. Fnatic, they are just scrambling right now to try to get the retake, and it's just KRiMZ coming in now from the back, but he is not going to go for it, going to save his weapon, and NIP with a very, very nice execution onto the bomb site there. A nice wrap around long and quad at the same time to make that work, and Fnatic just, I guess, NIP just a little bit faster on the shots that time around.
Yeah, I was a bit surprised that Fnatic didn't attempt to get any more information than they did on that round, because they were pretty much blind. They made a gamble to take too long instead of holding from sight and short and pit. So, I mean, I was expecting maybe Fnatic making some kind of play towards B to see if it's clear there, or if there's only 1 guy. Try to get a peek, try to get some information, as mid was already lost. They couldn't really get any information in mid as it was all smoked off.
And look at the money now for NIP. It is really starting to build up.
Yep.
Looking very, very good, that bank. Much better than the first half for them, as they go 1 round in the lead against Fnatic, who have the saved M4 on KRiMZ. And we can see that he is the first man here on banana. And that's all they have right now, as they are ecoing otherwise. And you can see that they'll be able to buy next rounds. pretty much whatever they want. Maybe we'll see the AWP come into play for JW. That's something I'm going to be really interested to see if that does happen. And NIP just, you know, vying for that banana control. Looks like Fnatic have given it up now, though, so this will be NIP's. Once again, you know, the standard start to the round for NIP. And 4 men on A, so Fnatic you know, in with a bit of a gamble with their pistols.
And they know the weapon is at the B site now. I'm wondering if the NIP is just going to go for a fast A push or just rotate to B just because Fnatic will think to rotate the weapon. But
yeah, the battle of the double backs.
The mind games. But seems like they're just slowing things down, still playing very methodically, and this is paying off for them. There's only 2 guys really at A, and they make the correct call once again.
And here goes JW, does get 1 kill actually, very close range with the P250, and that is a big frag, lots of damage done. NIP getting really weak right now. It's looking amazing for Fnatic despite the weapon disadvantage. The bomb will get dropped though, and now we have KRiMZ still alive with that M4, rotating around. He's got olofm with him. Fifflaren on quad here. Friberg and Xizt still alive as well for NIP, but they're all pretty low to be honest. So we'll have to see how this actually goes here for Fnatic, if they're able to actually pull a result here. But now it's just KRiMZ left alone. It looks like he's opting to actually go for the save here, and not having a kit, I do not blame him.
Oh, I mean, it's the correct decision. I'm not sure if Fnatic knew exactly how low the NIP players were, but it's good that he's saving the weapon. They need the money, and they don't want things to spiral out of control too quickly now, as this is a major round. But JW going for that AWP. Yeah, you see NIP's money. It's 8k, 8k, 7k, 3k, and 5k. So, I mean, they have lots of money to play around with. So, Fnatic's got to step it up.
And look at this, running straight up. He wants that angle badly, really overexposing himself. Oh, he gets the clip onto Fifflaren, down to 15 points of health, and JW going to back away. Smart move, very aggressive, peeking onto that angle. Very, very aggressive indeed. And now he's going to just switch up to the apartments position, playing the AWP with a very high pace at the moment. We see Fnatic actually on the choke point on banana as well, so JW not going to find anyone just yet on apartments, but there is obviously Get Right lurking nearby, and NIP losing interest a little bit in banana. You can quickly check out the situation there on the overview, and we can see KRiMZ and olofm holding it down pretty well. Friberg is at the bottom of banana just to make sure that nothing gets pushed, but here looks like the execution on A coming in now from NIP, as we see that the smoke for CT Arch, I think that is.
Yeah, and I like this setup better for Fnatic. As JW pick up Get Right. Was he? Yeah, it was apartments.
Yeah, he pushed through apartments.
And he's rotating around too long. This is perfect.
Here goes JW, the playmaker here for Fnatic in this round. Great pick there with the AWP. And now he falls back into the site. JW so far instrumental in the success of this defensive movement from Fnatic. And here comes the battle over at quad, and it looks like JW going to get gunned down where he stands with the double of Xizt. And now Xizt going to fall back with that AWP and just try and save it, but he's going to get hunted, I'm sure, by Fnatic, who desperately want to get that AWP back to its rightful owner, JW. And there is Xizt, just like a rabbit right now with the walls circling. There with the CZ. Can he find the frag? Actually gets flushed in the head. That's kind of a nasty loss there, but we should see ourselves some more JW action. That was a fantastic round from him. Yeah,
and the thing is that Xizt killing that guy puts Fnatic once again in a bad money situation, and still saves the AWP, so he saves a lot of money. And yeah, great play from Xizt. Taking that decision, just picks up the AWP and runs away. And now once again, the pressure is on Fnatic. They have to string together some rounds.
We can see the setup here as well for both teams. Fnatic just holding very passively, trying to hold just some obscurity behind those smokes on banana, and NIP slowly moving their way in. Just slowly Get Right still trying to work those apartments. Perhaps still a bitter taste in his mouth from getting AWP'd by JW in the previous round. NIP looking at so many smokes right now, but that means that Fnatic are going to have to be falling back because they're going to be running out of these defensive grenades here. There are flashes left, but NIP looking like they are readying up for an A execution. Let's have a look at the nades here as Forest readies himself, I think, for the CT Arch nade again. Oh no, he's going for the RSD nade on the car, I think. And NIP going to be making their way in very shortly. These nades are going to be a massive tell here to Fnatic, who surely will be immediately rotating from the B bomb site as JW picks up the first kill. NIP rushing in from quad, getting the entry kills, so close to getting that bomb down. Now we see the rotation coming in here as NIP are taking this A bomb site. It's not going quite so flawlessly though. We're seeing Fnatic picking up some kills, slowing, delaying them, and now the B rotation is coming up mid. This is going to be a huge play from Fnatic now, and it looks like KRiMZ will go down. Forest and Xizt still alive to get the bomb down. And olofm alone in a 1-on-2. Just going around. What a great pop flash. Takes down Forest. Here comes one more. Xizt behind the bomb boxes. olofm going for the quick reload as Xizt tries to crouch onto his position. olofm going to find the head of Xizt. Wonderful round there by Fnatic. Unfortunately for NIP, looks like their momentum gets bit broken here. We're seeing NIP starting to build that, and now Fnatic, they are back.
Yeah, but still, it's the same thing that happened on that Fnatic T side. Every round is super, super close. That there's just one guy left every round. With one saving, you know, it's so, so close. And no one has money control, really. NIP's lost it now. They got a bit of a momentum, but you still can see they cannot full buy, even though they've strung together a couple of rounds.
You can see Fnatic playing a much more defensive B now. They're not really pushing down Banana, which they have done in the previous round, so they're mixing it up well. We can just look at JW here, going to take a quick peek down mid, and looks like he's not going to find anything just yet with pronax in the apartment. So I like how JW there, you know, he hasn't done much mid-peeking. He's done it, we saw him do it really once with that AWP so far. So it's nice that he's moving around a lot and keeping NIP guessing. NIP working with all AKs at the moment.
But NIP is doing a great job as well, because Fnatic don't really have any information as well. They're taking it very, very slowly, making those executions, and not really giving JW any room to get sentries. I think it's got one AWP pick before the round is really set in motion and the execution has started. So they're eliminating JW's AWP power on both sides pretty well here, NIP.
And here go the nades. We're going to see another A execution. And GetRight going to come from balcony. pronax has to stop GetRight here, looking for that spam around the corner. He's going to find the head. Wonderful move there from pronax. Really smart stuff as we see the rest of the players from NIP trying to make their way into the bomb site. They're all getting taken out here as we see Friberg on the site. Can he do it? Fnatic with an awesome defense once again on A. And you made the point there that, you know, Fnatic, they're kind of in the dark. They're not finding out until maybe it's too late. So that's, you know, massive kudos to NIP. But at the same time, Fnatic, they are just holding their ground. They don't even need the early picks.
Yeah, I mean, pronax did a very, very crucial kill on GetRight there. And flusha actually survived for very, very long on the side. So, you know, both the aspects put together just made it that Fnatic won that round. But it was close either way. I mean, if GetRight would have taken out pronax, this could have been so much different. So the rounds are still close, even though they survived 3 members that round. And now it seems like they're going for quite a fast push on apartments, which they've never done before.
And certainly it's going to be really, really tough here to defend for NIP. We see them going, pronax taking one frag before going down. JW losing control of quad here, and Xizt going to chuck over the flash as he does get that bomb down. So looks like NIP with a solid bomb plant here, but Fnatic are very close for this retake. They do have some nades to work with as well. You can see flusha and KRiMZ, even with a bit of an angle there, going to smoke off pit. This is a good point of entry for the Swedish squad, as it looks like, in fact, they're going to decide to back off, and we can see that the money is definitely so questionable for both teams. They really don't want like a full eco situation.
I think it was a good decision of Fnatic. They save 3 guns, they can buy the next round, even though NIP has good money now. They even lost a player there, so that was a good call, because they can buy now and make it equal again. And being on the CT side, being equal, having another ground round it's better for Fnatic than it is for NIP winning that round or going for that retake for Fnatic. So I think that was a good call, even though NIP was pretty low.
Certainly, so we can see Friberg, leading the kind of charge up banana slowly, but there comes the kind of middle banana smoke from Fnatic, a smoke that is used very much by NAP as well, typically, as we discussed on their CT side. But so far, Fnatic have not really been able to get a huge amount out of it, as NIP eventually, do end up pushing banana. Just a bit, a short delay there from that take of the banana area, and NIP are just spreading out. We're seeing the very standard round coming in from them once again, and apartments control is definitely very important here. I think Get Right's usually the man near that area, and indeed they are actually falling back here. So it does look like they are setting up for a B strategy.
Yeah, and NIP has very, very good timing on the clock, because they're making their executions basically at the same time. So it's very, very hard to guess. Even Olof is in almost a rotating position, but now they see the push coming.
And here goes Friberg. Great entry kill from him as Get Right gets himself one onto JW, pushing through that smoke. Olofmeister now near construction. He has a massive job to do. Olof with the first kill onto Xizt. Almost clinical precision from him. Now as Friberg and Fifflaren both in the corner of the site playing, double heat in there. The heat and potty set up with 3 players. And we have Fnatic moving their way in for the retake. NIP in great positions though. I can see Friberg in the back of the site, just in the dark there.
First frag is crucial in this moment.
And we're going to see that it's going to be on NIP as the frags go back and forth. Back and forth. We have pronax as the last man standing, and Forest will take him down. And we have ourselves an NIP round. A wonderfully done execution onto the B bomb site from a round that looked very, very similar opening-wise to the rest.
Yeah, Forest actually team killed one guy there.
Oh, thank God it's not like $1 billion minus now.
Yeah,
it's just like 300 or something reasonable. So
NIPs actually have the control of this game now. It was a good B strategy. Olof and KRiMZ, they're playing positions, so they have pretty quick rotations towards A, if that A push, which NIP pretty much have forced every round. So they have fast rotations, and NIP is using that fact. I'm not sure if they know that, but they could have calculated it some way.
So I suppose really we're looking at a situation there where, after this we have the next Byron from Fnatic, and if they don't lose that, if they do lose that, then it's like an overwhelming kind of advantage for NIP to just win the match straight up.
Yeah.
So this next gun round from Fnatic is going to be ridiculously important. Now let's see if they're able to get any frags here though. Looks like Friberg with perfect spray control, as you would expect. This guy is just honestly a master when it comes to all weapon techniques.
Yeah, he's really, really good at spraying, and usually why he's such a good entry fragger, they flash him in, he just runs and he gets that spray off, like kind of flick spraying, and he's really, really good at that. Yeah, this is the crucial round. This is basically the most important round of this match. If Fnatic doesn't take this round, I would be very surprised if NIP couldn't close it out.
Yeah, I mean they have nothing. They have pistols afterwards, so unless a miracle happens for you, I mean it's looking very bad for Fnatic if they do lose this. But we'll have to see now what exactly is going on. We have Get Right with the standard, apartment take movement as he's been doing all game on the T half. We do have a very, very similar round here, and Fnatic playing very defensively right now, just trying to keep it cool. And we've seen that work for them on the A takes. We've seen them hold very strong with very little information. They've been doing well.
See how late they're actually using their smokes this time, Fnatic. They still have 4 smokes on their players, so they can block these pushes off.
So trying to get any edge possible here. Very marginal. And we are going to see the A execution here from NIP. So it is going to be so important for Fnatic to show us the hold if they want to have any chance to win this match. Here, NIP go. Fifflaren first into quad, searching every single angle. They're flashed, but pronax gets the return frag there. Looks like Forest going to get the frag back, and it's 2 men left for Fnatic now as they go against 4 with the bomb getting planted. This looks nigh on impossible against NIP. KRiMZ going to work though, does find Friberg, making it a 2-on-3, and they are going to save the weapons.
They're going for the overtime. And I mean, it's so hard taking that site in an unfavorable manner, like having less men retaking. So I mean, it's the right call. I think going for overtime, they will have like a half-ish buy, but I still think it's a better chance of winning that round than the actual retake that this scenario is.
Definitely, it's going to be tense. It's going to be tense. It's going to be so tense that I love the call, but can they pull it out now with the scrappiest of buys? It's going to be very interesting. Do we actually see... Oh, okay, it looks like they're all able to buy the armors. We've got a CZ and a 5.7 in the mix. Definitely very respectable pistols. So let's see now if Fnatic are able to hold here. NIP, are they going to go for something similar, or are they going to go for something a bit more different? And are Fnatic going to take any risks? All
they actually smoked off banana, bottom banana now, so they're playing it differently, which I agree with. They should. And I mean, last couple of rounds, NIP has pretty much owned them because they didn't have any info.
Oh, great grenade there from Xizt. And now they go one player down. They actually lose that rifle, and I think Fnatic are going to try to retrieve that rifle. It's hard to say with the explosion where it landed, but there goes the peek over the smoke. They just barely saw a player there through those arches on banana. And NIP desperately trying to catch the pick here as they go for the kind of counter smoke boost. And Fnatic, the tension is palpable right now for them, as they know that this is their last chance at getting the overtime situation. And NIP slowly closing in on all the map control. And Fnatic have done an amazing job in actually delaying NIP, because look at this, 35 seconds left. NIP have to make a move soon, and there goes a Molotov from Fnatic using those grenades, and this is going to burn more time off the clock.
And Fnatic have the read right now, and
oh, they do. It's like NIP are going to go in here, looking for those picks with those rifles. Can Fnatic come out huge here? KRiMZ going to get the opening frag, but there goes a return from Xizt. Looks like Fnatic are doing a decent job here, but it's just all on KRiMZ, who has 6 points of health right at the back. They know he's there, they do. KRiMZ cannot put a foot wrong, and he is going to go down to Forest, and NIP will take it 16-12. So, I mean, what are your thoughts there? For Fnatic generally, obviously not the result you wanted, but do you feel like Fnatic misplayed it or anything? You know, how did it go?
I think actually NIP played it where they wanted the game to go. They wanted a slow-paced game where they denied information and denied the picking abilities of the Fnatic players. So I think they played it correctly. They deserved it, and well thought out, tactically won game, I would say.
Honestly, it was an awesome game. Like it's a good one to rewatch as well. I just love the back and forth between both teams. It's just so close the entire way through. I think the ending score 16-12 doesn't do it justice, even though it is a close score. But there you go, guys. That's going to be the result. We do have Team Dignitas versus Epsilon coming up, and it's going to be on Overpass. But before we go to a break, I have some awesome news here, obviously for FACEIT. This is really cool stuff. We are welcoming Anywhere to the family. They are going to be in support here of the 50K League, which is wonderful news. And we also are partnering up with Netcode Guides. And Netcode Guides are a wonderful organization, and they're actually going to team up with us here. And I think we have a cool little overlay here to show you about Netcode Guides. There it is. And Netcode Guides, if you don't already know about them, they are a site